the culture, some of the things they taught me, I'm glad I got to learn those things, Um, it even changed a lot of things in my personality, terminology, um, that are just a part of me now. And I wouldn't change that. And I'm still, like I said, extremely proud that I got the privilege to have the opportunity, even though it was not as long as it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, what was the ultimate goal when joining the Navy? Like, what was your ultimate goal going through it before? Like, what did you set for yourself as like a career path?
I mean, so when I joined, the rate I signed on for was aviation ordnance.
Explain it to our viewers, please.
So ordnance, if you don't know, typically refers to bombs, things of that nature. An aviation ordnanceman would be, if you ever watch any movies where they got Navy ships, you see the guys on the deck with the red jackets on, that's typically an AO. They're the guys who, there's a lot more of their job, but basically, they deal with a lot of the ordnance that goes on the planes. So, in a very, very brief way of describing it, that's a part of their job. Like I said, there's a lot more to it than that, but that's a easy way to describe it that somebody who doesn't know can get an idea.
Yeah. All right. Well, that sounds like fun. Sounds like something that you would be pretty good at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I joined, I didn't know what I wanted to do. That was part of the problem even before, is I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So going in, it was like, I want to do something where I'm active. I don't, one of the rates that was offered to me was yeoman, which is basically like a secretary. I didn't want to do stuff like that. I wouldn't be active. So it was like, oh, AO is an active job. Cool. Let's go with that,
Yeah.
I can always cross rate later, So, I went with that. And, starting out, I believe my contract was 3 year. So after 3, I would have had to have tried to get an extension anyway, but...
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's cool. I remember when I tried to go into the Army. I believe I was set up for a 3-year where I would have done infantry, and then I would have transferred over into a career where I would have been working on hydraulic presses and whatnot, so that I would have a certain amount of construction jobs set up and be really well off, because that's a great industry to get into. But things arose and didn't pan out. So I understand the I wouldn't say frustration, but I understand the situation better than most. Granted, you went a lot further than me. I got to MEPS. I made the mistake of cutting my hair down shorter than Nic's, and I unfortunately have a skin condition on my head where it looked like a rash. So when the doctor was checking out my ears and everything, he's like, "Hey, bud, you looks like you have a rash on the back of your head." I was like, "Oh." That's what my recruiter said. If he mentions anything, you immediately play dumb. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I can't see the back of my head, boss." And he's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna check you, but I'm gonna mark it as an incomplete," or something along those lines. Where, if you remember, I think this was right after you got out of the Navy, and I was going through my very stupid moments of my life, and I needed to find a different outlet, and that was it. I lost a lot of weight. I got down to an incredible size. I think when I did finally meet my weight, I was down to like 220, 222, around there. And when the recruiters, you were with me actually, when the recruiter came in and he told me what my weight was, I was in shock for a moment, because I've never been down to that size before. And yeah, I was like excited to go, and when I came back, the recruiter told me that everybody was watching the monitors because they can see live results, and they were excited about the moment that I fucking passed weights. But as soon as I got that miss and fucking checkups, he was like, "Fuck, he didn't get through. Damn it." Because he saw me before, and he's like, "Damn, you cut your hair. I wasn't hoping you were gonna do that." And I was like, "Well, I just took it upon myself to cut my hair. Stupid decision, but you know, honestly, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it. I like what we're doing now." Nick, you seem like you're falling asleep there, bud. Wake it up, bud.
I'm not falling asleep. I'm sitting here listening to
Your eye. Anyways,
So I know we both talked about when we had lost weight.
yeah.
I haven't lost weight recently, as you can see. But yeah, you know, a lot of people talk about, oh yeah, if you go into the military, you lose a lot of weight. I'm here to say, when I went in, that was absolutely not the case. I came out a lot heavier than I went in. I mean, everybody has different opinions on food when you're in, but my opinion, galley food was awful. So
Still not used to him
So-
saying that.
first few times I tried having whatever the meal was at the time, it just wasn't hitting. So they had on the little salad bar section slices of bread, and then on the tables they had the little packets of jelly and peanut butter. So for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 times a day, every single day, for pretty much almost the entire time I was there,
Yeah.
I'd eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
That's not a bad meal.
I mean, towards the end, when I had the freedom to go and just go down to the Next and buy myself, you know, little stuff they had there. Sometimes, like, there was one time they had like a little food truck on base, you know.
That's not a bad
But-
meal. Whoever's
but,
gonna hate in the comments on the PB and J, you know, you haven't had a good PB and J before then.
It was the only thing with real flavor, you know.
Oh yeah.
So you know, it was like a highlight of the day, you know.
See, that's
Just-
the one thing I wasn't looking forward to. Eating in the mess halls, if I ever got a chance to, is I always heard that military food never really had any flavor, and I'm a guy that needs a little bit of flavor.
It's an opinion thing, you know. You know, some people, they'll tell you, oh yeah, when I was in, oh, I loved that food. I thought that was great food. Me, that wasn't my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. You know, it wasn't a smoked steak. You know, I mean, you know,
Smoked steak sounds good right now.
you know, I'd take the peanut butter and jelly over what they were serving in the galley. You know,
New York strip.
So,
That's good right now, too.
So yeah, but anyway, you know, back to what I was getting at. That didn't help
Yeah.
with the gut. So yeah, by the time I was
Well, if I
getting
remember-
out,
if I
I was
remember
already
correctly, Curtis,
filling out the shirts I was into.
There was a beverage of your choice that you that didn't play a significant that played a significant role in gaining all that weight back. Okay. Anyways, moving forward.
Yeah. Moving forward, you know what I'm saying?
Do you want the mic?
No, I think you can hear me just fine. I think afterwards, you know, you've gone through everything. Are you happy with what you have now?
Yeah, you know, I can't complain. I mean, I've got my own business. I've got, you know, a nearly new truck. I've got, you know, family still, you know, supporting me in different ways.
If you could go
You know.
back and tell your younger self something, what would it be? Would you?
I mean, if I could go back and tell my younger self something, I mean, there's little stupid things I did along the way that, you know, just, you know, random things. But I mean, for the most part, not really. I mean, you know, because I don't know what it would have changed, you know? I could go back and tell my younger self, hey, don't eat fast food for every meal growing up, you know, or almost every meal growing up, you know, because then you're going to have this issue later on in life. You know, I could do that, but then would I have joined the Navy? Maybe everything would have gone fine, but something bad would have happened, you know? Maybe my life didn't turn out so well. You know, there's too many unknowns, you know? All I know is where I'm at now, and that's successful at this point,
That's good.
you know? So why change anything if I'm successful?
That's right. That's good. I like it.
Oh no, that's an awesome answer.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit different than what you gave, but yeah.
I told yourself I wouldn't make anything. I have no regrets.
Never have any.
Is it regrets or legettes? Like from the movie The Millers, you know?
That's regrets.
Regrets. There it is.
And then he's like, not a single letter? No, I can't think of a single one.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yep.
But talk to us a little bit about how you decided to jump on this opportunity of having your own business. Like, run us through what's going through your mind at that time. Like, was it just an opportunity, excuse me, that you couldn't just pass up on, or was it laid out in front of you and you know, were like, I don't know, maybe, possibly, got to talk to a few people?
So, I mean, it was kind of a mixture of things, you know. Of course, you know, I come back home.
Yeah.
I'm still in the situation of, I never really figured out what a passion would be, what I was really good at, you know. I mean, you know, there were a couple things I enjoyed. And, you know, I researched more into them, learned more about them.
Keep going.
But yeah, no,
You having some difficulties over there, Nick?
We're still alive. We're
Okay.
still going.
Making sure.
yeah, but yeah, so anyway, I got a job at Postal Connections in Merced.
Mm-hmm.
And started working there, and you know, especially at first, it was like, it was different. It wasn't anything I was used to. It was a change for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I got going with that for a while. You know, I ended up learning a lot about the business. I had to learn a lot about the program that was used to do the shipping, and I had to learn a lot about how the different shipping companies work. You know, UPS, FedEx, DHL, Post Office, how to set things up with them, you know. So, yeah, you know, just so happened that before the Atwater one even went up for sale, rumor had just made it to the Merced store that, you know, he was going to be selling.
Yeah.
So I called him up and I was like, hey, I heard you're going to be selling your store. And he was like, well, I hadn't really put anything out yet, but, you know, and he's kind of like him-hawing a little bit. So I told him, like, oh, so you aren't selling your store? And he was like, well, I am. I was like, great. So I got information from him. He told me a price, and I'm going, that seems like a really good price.
I like it.
So, you know, I went, I checked out the store. You know, I saw that it needed a lot of cleanup, a lot of stuff like that, a lot of reorganization. But, you know, I was like, I can make this happen. And yeah, so, I mean, I jumped on it from there. Unfortunately, I mean, there were hiccups in the road, you know, equipment that had to be replaced right off the bat.
Yeah.
Equipment that was going out that had to be replaced soon thereafter, but, you know, it worked out.
Yeah. It obviously it has. You still in business, still You're about to enter in your busier season, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah, holiday season's always a busier season. And if you don't have hiccups in any project that you're doing, then I don't think, from what me and Nick have been doing, we have hiccups. God, we have hiccups all the time. But it's not like shit. We ran into another problem. Shit, we ran into another problem, and it's not like there hasn't been a single moment where we both looked at each other and we're like, you know what? Let's just be done with it. No, we're like, we're gonna get through this, and we're gonna figure out what we need to do along the way. And if we do something wrong, then what's you saying? You don't make mistakes, Nick?
I don't make mistakes.
Yeah, you don't make mistakes. Nick never makes mistakes. He makes learning.
Never. Yeah.
He makes learning adjustments.
Yeah, never does that.
Perfect.
But yeah, no. I think if you're not making hiccups, then you're not moving forward in the better way for yourself.
Like I tell you guys, it's okay to make mistakes. All right.
Took me years to get that through my head.
Yeah.
Even now, so more than ever. Even
Yep.
now, so more than ever. But proud of you for getting your own store. Me and Nick are both proud of you. We watched you grow up. I grew up with you. Nick watched you grow up. And what?
No, you corrected yourself.
I corrected myself. Because Curtis is older than me by a year. But yeah, no, we're both proud. And, we want to see you flourish as you continue to do whatever you want to do with your business, bud. And, I'm a loss for words right now.
As usual, like always, you're always lost for words.
This is only the second time within our podcast.
Exactly. See, if you would have wrote down notes like I told you
I
to.
did write down some notes, but I want to get into it, but at the same time, I don't want to.
Okay.
I think it was one of the viewers that had recommended to you that you guys should have like bullet points or something. Right?
I'm just saying,
If you guys listen to what I said earlier, Nick, I did my homework. Jared, I did my homework. There's just some topics that I don't know if we want to get into.
Hey, you talk about him, and he could be like, I plead the fifth, and we move on. Plain and simple.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll circle back around to it.
Yeah, we're gonna circle back to it, because that's what we do. Circle back to stuff.
We always circle back to things.
Yeah.
Anyways, so is there any advice you would give a new time person, trying to start the business or buying their own business like you did? Like, is there any advice you could send their way in case there's someone listening or watching right now that is thinking about jumping on an opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I would say from my experience, you can do everything right. You can do the research into the business you're looking at. You can, if it's an existing one, you can see if their numbers are good, if they're bad. Realistically, that doesn't mean nothing's gonna come up when you get in there. Just know when you get into, your business, you can't plan on your biggest hopes and dreams of it right up front. I know for me, I would have loved to have gone in and just spent, an extra $100,000 on printing equipment and new mailboxes and stuff like that for the store, but realistically, I wouldn't have had the income. I had to start smaller. One new printer, keep the older ones, keep things going with that for now. Doing repairs on the existing stuff, making it last for now until I can generate the bigger revenue stream to make that stuff happen comfortably. So just know, if you're planning on getting into a business, take it slow and in steps, because you are going to run into hiccups, issues. Business isn't necessarily just going to magically boom overnight for you. You're going to have to build a reputation. You're going to have to build trust with a customer base, and loyalty. But as you build that, you're gonna build the bigger revenue. You're gonna build, you know, just more income so that you can make that business into what you want it to be. You know, hopefully within a reasonable amount of time. But yeah, I guess that would be it.
What are you doing over there?
You know, just listening to him, you know, making that big dough and all that stuff like him, you know. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was destroyed in a day.
Yep.
So, let's see. Yeah. Where's your bullet points? I need to know
I have bullet points.
Okay.
So, what are your proudest moments as being a new business owner? Like, is there certain short-term goals that you've set for yourself now that you've been able to achieve, and are there any long-term goals that you've been able to achieve? I know you said, you know, getting yourself a new printer but still keeping some old ones. Is there any proud moments that you're like, damn, I did that? Because like right now we're doing the wall at the rink, if you guys don't remember, and every time we do a section and we're knocking it out, and then I come back the next day and Nick has painted 1 coat, 2 coat. I'm like, damn, we did that. And could you imagine if we did this 12 years ago when Nick wanted to, or, you know, 5 years ago when I wanted to?
No, it would have made no sense.
It would have made no sense.
I mean, yeah, I've got, you know, a lot of good things have happened. I mean, you guys didn't see it by the time you had come by, actually. You had come by pretty early on and saw that it was pretty dirty in there, but even by then, we had already
Cleaned
up a lot. But yeah, I mean, that store was run down. It was unclean for a long, long time. It was pretty bad. And I mean, I just went in and, you know, I had a little bit of help with certain things, but, you know, I went in and I just worked and cleaned and, you know, spent time in there. You know, even when the store was closed, I was there working on the place, and, you know,
crazy hours.
we went to the point to where, you know, we've gotten it nicely cleaned up, organized, things are running like they should in there, you know, but pretty much after the first month and a half I took over till now, there is still somebody that comes in every single day and says, wow, this place must be under new ownership or new management. You know, people every single day to this point come in, oh wow, it looks so nice in here, what happened, you know? People don't know, you know, I mean, they're still catching on, you know, it's still trying to build back a reputation with people in Atwater to go, hey, it's not that like filthy place anymore. We can go back there again. It's good customer service. It's a good, clean, fair place to go. You know, it's still working on getting that back out there, but yeah, you know, like I said, that's one of the big achievements I think so far. You know, to still have people coming in every single day, even after almost a year now, and yeah, just the shock of how different it is.
Yeah, and you are reaching back out there, because I've seen your Instagram posts. They're reaching out, connecting, getting people information, showing that it is under new ownership, new management, and yeah, I've been out there quite a few times, and it's been a great experience every time I go out there. And I do plan to use that as, even though it's a little bit of a drive from where I'm at, but I don't mind driving out there because I know I'm going to get good customer service, and I like supporting a good friend.
Yeah, that's where I get all my stuff done. My sexy flyers for our, what anniversary is it going to be?
44th anniversary.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Mark your calendars, October 26th, 7:30 to 10.
How much?
$15.
Oof.
Bounce house.
Raffle prizes.
Balloon drop. Ribbon cutting. Oh, by the way, I got the shirts in. I'm gonna show it, Curtis. These are the shirts that I have for the 44th anniversary.
Okay, we're gonna take a bet that Curtis doesn't like it.
You know what? Since I've been learning from Nick, I really don't care what other people think.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
That means he doesn't have anything to lose.
I don't.
We're gonna take a poll,
We're not gonna.
and all you people let us know what you
How are we
really
gonna
think.
take a poll if our comments are turned off?
Well, maybe if you would turn them on.
That's the tech guy. I'm gonna have to fire the tech guy now. I'm gonna fire.
Wait, didn't you set up the YouTube account?
I did.
So
And
you're
I
the
gave-
tech guy.
And I gave the tech guy access to the YouTube account.
I don't know.
But yeah,
I
he
mean, the
doesn't
guy
s-
that set it up should
He
be the
doesn't
one
seem
in
to
charge,
be figuring
right?
it out. Here, can someone hold this real quick?
So again, this guy is gonna have these shirts made.
Mm-hmm. I came, I saw, I skated, and on the back it says, I was there for Rollerland's 44th anniversary. I feel like it's a really cool design. Okay,
It's
one
not
more
a picture of Rollerland on there.
Thank you.
We're
I
under
appreciate it.
renovation. We're under renovation.
I appreciate it, Curtis, for letting them know that that is some random place that he decided to put on his shirt for my 44th anniversary. Man, I'm glad I'm not the only person that saw that. Just
I'm not
saying.
gonna lie, that caught my attention.
Of course it
That's a
is.
Bryce Robinson look right there. Yep. See that back wall? Yep, there's a soda on it. Did you guys see it down there? Yep. Look, hey, soda down there. Go tell me to get off the wall.
Yeah, remember you said that he could see a fly doing something wrong from all the way in front.
Yes, he can. Tell you that. But Curtis, tell us how you feel about that shirt. It's okay to tell us how you really feel.
It's
Different.
it's a good idea.
Great
I like
idea.
what you're trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're gonna have a shirt
Mm-hmm.
for the 44th anniversary,
44th?
44th. I know it's hard to say for some people.
I don't know. I mean, you just did a brand new logo. You know, to come up with maybe something to incorporate the new logo blended with a 44th anniversary ring or something, and have a big thing on a shirt that, you know, pops out like, oh, Rollerland 44th anniversary, you know, when you're in public, like, just, oh, it's Rollerland's 44th anniversary shirt, you know.
I like it. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not bad. And you know that I don't like the skates on it. I don't know if it's the color or just the skates. But I like that, like the wording. Like the wording's awesome. Like I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the what was that big thing for a while there.
Big thing. I like that.
It was just like a few. What was it?
It's right there. It's right there.
Just spit it out.
Friends don't let friends do whatever.
Oh,
whatever.
like friends
You
don't
know,
wear
it's-
Niner gear, or
Yeah,
friends
yeah,
don't
like
let
that,
friends
like
wear
those shirts.
Raiders
those
gear.
were really big for a while.
Or my personal favorite, friends don't let friends wear Baltimore Ravens gear. Wow, I remember when those were big.
You know, it's kind of like that. You know, the concept of the wording. You know, I like
Mhm.
that. But as far as the anniversary shirt, I don't feel like there's a lot blasting that it's the anniversary shirt on there.
Besides the fact that it says 44th anniversary on the back.
Yeah, but there's no Rollerland logo or Rollerland significance.
See, and then that's the thing though.
Ah!
I don't, and I told you this, I don't hate your logo.
Yeah, you do.
I don't hate it. It just does not fit with what I keep hearing down at the rink.
And what's down at the rink?
I keep hearing that it's like an 80s vibe. People want to travel back in time, basically, from what I keep hearing from adults that come in, or even from the generation, like some people my age, especially the college students, like, oh man, it's like we're skating in the 80s. I was like, oh, okay. Your logo just doesn't do that.
Bring back the 80s?
No, like give off 80 vibes. Your logo, in my opinion, which I do like it looks nice, but I'm not saying that I would put it on any shirts that I make.
Okay.
Which
You can make your own logo too.
I have made my own logo.
You could have put it on there.
I didn't want to.
Oh.
I've also made this one. The shirt that I'm currently wearing is one of mine, and it says Merced Rink Rat, and on the back it has a Merced Rink Rat.
Got it.
Yeah, but that's.
But you're gonna have these shirts ready to go.
I'm gonna have these shirts ready to go.
He's gonna have about like 50 of them, so make sure that you
I was-
fight for about 50 of them, okay?
I was thinking a smaller order. The reason being is because I don't want to like your shirts. No significance, making memories for over 40 years. Yeah, that's cool, but it's not like a once in a lifetime type of shirt to get. Your shirts can be bought anytime, anywhere, which is great. That's wonderful. That's a great idea. We need merchandise. And I told you that. And
You did?
Yes.
Oh, damn! I didn't.
And I
know you-
fully supported it and I even helped you do that little shirt video you wanted to do, and it was awesome. I like it. But I just think that we need something specifically for the 44th anniversary, and that's what I was trying to do here. Did I hit it out of the park? No. Did I at least get a single? I think I got a single.
It was more like a butt on air.
You can still get a single out of a bun.
Yeah, but I said a butt on an air,
Oh.
so it's, an air, so it's not considered a hit. It's all right. You don't know baseball term. It's cool.
I think what it would matter if you'd have been like, oh, it's a foul tip. Doesn't count as a hit, but
Well, a foul tip doesn't count as a hit.
what?
I
don't. Let's not. I don't do
Well,
baseball.
your analogy. I'm just repeating what you said.
And I immediately take it back because I don't do baseball. I don't.
Hockey. We'll do a hockey term if you want.
All right, go ahead.
It's almost like scoring a goal, but you were offsides. Is that better?
Counts in my head.
Yeah.
It was real to me. It was still a goal.
How about this? You scored a goal, but they waved it off.
Was I in the crease?
You kicked it in.
My foot was in motion.
Yeah, you kicked it in. You can't kick it in.
I thought we can kick now in hockey.
No, I'm talking about ice hockey, not roller
Oh.
hockey.
You didn't specify which hockey. You know what?
Well, there's no.
offsides.
I was gonna
There's
say,
no
wait,
offsides
offsides?
in
There's
that.
offsides? Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You should have put that 2 to 2 together. Or 1 and 1 together, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do. 3 to 3, 4 to 4, 9 to
5
9.
5.
So okay. So it sounds like you two are trying to be partners in this, but it seems like
We are,
you
but
didn't
we're not.
coordinate on those shirts, and it sounds
No,
like
no,
you
no.
didn't.
He wanted to do his own shirt, and I said that's fine. He wanted to do an anniversary shirt. He wanted to do it.
Okay.
And I was like, that's cool, that's fine. I have no problem with it.
It sounds like you didn't coordinate on the logo either.
What logo?
The logo you came out with.
Well, I was putting out a logo because Rollerland doesn't have a logo.
What are you talking about? You got Rolleroo.
That's not our
That's
logo.
the RSA
That's the
logo.
RSA
That's not Rollerland's
So
logo.
take a picture of the dusty Rolleroo that's in the office, and there's your local roller.
But that's not our logo. That's
Logo.
RSA's logo.
Again, Rolleroo
Is
is
property
the
of
National
US
Association's
RSA.
logo. Okay, that's their mascot.
Put a Rollerland T-shirt on him, and you're good to go.
But the Rollerland T-shirt has his logo. So you're defeating the purpose about putting a logo on top of a logo.
Yeah, what he said.
You know what? Actually,
He came up with something. Hold on, he's got an idea. The fucking light bulb popped on.
I could
Percolating.
show you a Rollerland logo on
I
a
can
T-shirt.
too. I can too.
On multiple T-shirts, actually, that
How
I
we
have.
find- Yeah. When's the last time he sold one?
19.
I don't know. They were employee shirts back before I was born. So,
Okay, you bring me that T-shirt, okay, and we'll
It means
put
we
it.
have to have him on again.
So it's
We'll
like
have it on
it's
next
like
week.
it's like
I'm
a
not going to be here next
outline.
week.
It's like an outline of a skate, and it says Rollerland. On
Okay.
it.
Oh,
well, you-
wait. Hold on. I think I might have it. Where's my phone?
No, he doesn't have it. But
I
it's
have
okay.
it. I think I might have it.
You're gonna have to bring it on the show, okay? So find this
Give me
shirt
a
or
second.
this jacket so we can bring it on air.
No, it's the shirt. My dad lost his jacket a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I got the blue jacket. But yeah, but I was doing all the shirts before anything. Like I was trying to bring out more merchandise to get people to, I mean, who doesn't have
Is that what
t-shirts?
you're talking about?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I can't make it any bigger. That's as big as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
Yep. That is
We haven't-
1975 old.
We haven't had that in years. There's no single piece of evidence that even existed on our property.
I'll have to get the shirts out. I can't
Yeah,
wear them.
the shirts are
They're
upstairs.
medium, so-
I mean, they're on jackets upstairs. I can
You bring the shirt, we'll hang it up. You bring the shirt, we'll hang it up.
Oh, we should have brought our shirts.
We should have brought our shirt. Well, I have my shirt here.
Yeah, we're not gonna hang that up.
Of course not, because.
It's only the anniversary shirt, so it can only be.
But if we're doing the anniversary, I feel like we should.
I'm just saying.
We should show
Don't
it off
get
right
angry.
now.
You're getting
I'm
a
not
little
getting
fucking.
I'm not getting angry. I'm expressing that if we're trying to reach out and get people's attention brought to the 44th anniversary, I feel like presenting one of the items that will only be there that night.
Well, we're also gonna try to get one of those like 360 little spinner things for photos.
I feel like that's gonna be a little hard.
No, it's gonna be easy.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, I know so. Don't forget, you still owe me $2.
I do owe you $2. Technically, I only owe you $1 because the shirt's done.
I think you cheated.
How did I cheat?
I'm just gonna say that, but I have no proof, so it's okay.
You don't have any proof, and we shook on it.
Yeah, but I'm assuming you probably told me, I need the shirt tonight. And
I didn't tell
When did
him.
you get the shirt?
I got the shirt when I went and picked up my brother-in-law this afternoon to go to work. He came out and he's like, "Hey, your shirt's done." I was like, "Oh, sweet, thank you." Quick shout out to my mother-in-law who made the shirt, Jules Creation. I'll get more clarification on before we end the podcast.
Got it.
But yeah, quick shout out to her, and she makes all my shirts for me. Any idea that I come up with, I'll put on a shirt and get it going. I don't gotta wait 6-7 months to get one.
Who waited 6-7 months?
You did. This is not the first. The shirt that the shirts that you have now came in a speedy delivery. I'll tell you that. You got them real quick. But there was a while back that you said you were gonna get us shirts. You got all of our sizes that were working there, and this was when Levi was working there too.
No, Robinson wanted shirts done, and Robinson lagged on getting me the shirts.
The shirt sizes.
He wanted the logo. He didn't give me any fucking shit.
Oh.
So how am I gonna get shirts made if he doesn't give me anything?
Okay.
Here's the sizes. Yeah, just do whatever. Well, what's whatever? Because you damn well know if I did something he didn't like, then what?
He'd have thrown them away.
Exactly.
Like he did your flyer, ripped it up, and then dug it out of the trash and put it back.
No, I ripped them up.
Oh yeah, that's right. You ripped them up.
I ripped them up.
Then he went and dug them out of the trash.
And still hasn't used them.
But he gave you a compliment on them.
No, he gave me a compliment on the flyer that I made on social
That's my bad.
media.
That's completely different. That's
Yes.
entirely my bad. Curtis, what did you think about Nick's flyers that he did?
The ones I showed you, that I had before and then I put them back to back?
Yeah, I mean, overall pretty good.
When you look at flyers, if you see color, it grabs your attention, right?
Right.
If you see black and white, you're just gonna. What are you gonna do?
Unless it has something to draw my attention, yeah. Let's be honest. I'm 25. If I'm walking down the street and I see a flyer, I'm not gonna look at a flyer. If it pops up on my phone in a feed or something,
But
if it has something to catch my attention,
exactly.
I'll read it.
So if you're going and you see a black and white one, what are you gonna do? Now, if you see color, you're like, oh, what is that? Grab my attention.
Yeah.
You're gonna read it for at least that 2-3 seconds. Like, oh, wow, this is really nice. And then you're gonna be like, oh, okay. But then you're gonna keep going. But if it's just black and white, you're like, oh, it's an ad. Oh.
Yeah. I think there was one of them, I don't remember if it was the background of the wording, needed a little bit more of a contrast, but, other than that, yeah.
Other than a little tweaking, I really think that his flyers, because he showed me too how they look, and
they weren't even the final.
I was like, these are nice. These are real nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then he even showed me 3 different versions. He showed me 2 single flyers, and then he showed me 1 flyer that had everything front and back. I'm like, so you mean we can only have like 1 spot dedicated to all this instead of having 5 different pieces of paper just taking up this whole area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you have a private party and a public party on one back-to-back, that's pretty clever because they're going to have to take that home. Instead of taking 2 home, they're going to take 1, and all that information is on what?
1 flyer.
1 flyer.
Front and back.
And you got your sessions versus your family skate special. Hello. There it is. And on the other side it shows all the times. Can't go wrong with that.
I don't know why he didn't jump at that opportunity.
It wasn't going to cost him a dime, really.
Nope. But
Yeah, it's okay. It's alright. Dinosaurs don't like change. We understand that.
we do, and we're working with it.
It's a work in progress.
Everything is.
So I'm hoping that everybody is going to be really happy with the progress that we are doing with the rink right now. So we're almost about done painting the whole floor rink right now.
Mhm.
And once that gets painted, we're going to have artists coming in and doing some new artwork in the rink. And I'll tell you what, those artists are excited to do their artwork.
Yeah, still emailing them and everything.
I got response back, so I just got to reach out to some of them and let them know, like, hey, whenever you're ready, we're good to go.
That's nice. Have they been working together and talking amongst themselves?
I'm not too sure. Like I said, I emailed them and a bunch.
We'll have another meeting like we did before. And
Yep, pretty
get
much.
together.
We'll have another meeting and get back to it.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I might do a little bit something to myself on the wall, different area. But
Yeah, I think we all should leave our own legacy to that, and that's going to be one of our legacies, leaving out to that rink, to that
yeah.
having new artwork done.
Curtis, what do you think we should leave as our legacy besides the artwork? Like, what do you think we should, do to help revamp the business other than what we've been doing? We're doing social media as best as we can. Nick's doing a great job over there trying to run it. We got this podcast started, and we're 3 episodes in now, and I didn't think we would have been able to do that because, with our time frames and everything, we're working as best we can. Appreciate you coming out right now. I know it's really late, but other than that, like, what else do you think we could be doing? Like, he tried to make flyers, like you said, and that was shot down. Is there anything else that we could be pushing to try to do, or?
I mean, you're a little limited. I mean, but social media, is what you got to keep trying. Post some skating reels out there.
Merced
Get them
Street News
going.
does. I think it was a really good connection you did.
Yeah, we do have a good connection with the Merced Street guy. He does a fantastic job coming out every Sunday just to make a commercial for us to put on his page and shout out to him. So we want to thank Merced Street News for doing everything they can to help us grow and all that stuff. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, yeah. I mean, you're a little limited,
Until we get the reins.
You guys get to a place to where you can come to some sort of an agreement or some sort of a reasonable price point that you guys can actually come to. You're limited on what you can do.
Nope.
You just have to keep trying and, hope that...
Keep beating a dead horse. Yeah, I got it.
Hope for the best,
But like I said, we are doing a lot. So we got shirts made. We got some tumblers that's going to be coming up next with some keychains. So that's going to be our next project, We got stuff in the mix. So like I said, we're excited to make the rink a place that people can enjoy coming again and not be like, wow, this place hasn't changed in 30 years. Well, I'll tell you what, in the next few months, they can't be saying that because it's going to look fucking awesome.
Yeah, most definitely.
They're not going to be like, oh shit, I'm going to want to come back here.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing I would say is, certain things don't try to get too permanent. You look at some of the big businesses that are everywhere that always do really well. For example, you got Costco. What does Costco do every couple months? They reorganize and move everything. They do that because it keeps it new. Keeps it, somebody walks in, something that's been there for 2 years that they've been selling. Somebody's just seeing it for the first time because it's just in a place where they got to walk through it now. Every time you come in, it's a different place you're going to in a sense. It keeps it fresh. It gives people a new experience every time they're going to the same place. It doesn't have to be anything major, but something as simple as moving a couple tables from time to time. Moving around flyers and different posters in different places.
Well, I think our next big project is buying our own video games. I think that's our next big project.
Yeah, we talked about it. I already told Nick that if he brings up the idea again, that I back him fully on it. I really think we do need to have our own personal video games because it kind of sucks when we're working down there and we can't really do anything about when the video games jip a customer. But if they're our own, then essentially if they lose $1 and we give them that $1 back, we don't really lose money. We just got to take it out of the machine itself. But I did think we talked about it the last podcast. Robinson is kind of scared about doing the maintenance on the machines. That
I think his biggest concern is if a machine goes down that we own, who's gonna fix it? We do.
Yeah.
But I think technology with these days is a lot better than it was 30 years ago.
Extremely better.
We don't have to worry about a tech guy. Everything's online.
Yep.
A lot of my rink owners own their stuff, and guess what? They tell me. I go to YouTube and it tells me how to fix the game. A lot of them are just computers, and they're going to tell you what's wrong with it. Replace this part. Okay. Or go get this part. Okay. Replace this part. It literally tells you what to do. It's a computer. It's going to tell me, hey, XYZ, yada, yada, yada. Okay. XYZ, yada, yada, yada. Boom, done.
Yeah, I think at this point we need to take some advice from Curtis. He got himself a new printer, but also kept some old ones. We need to do that. We need to keep some old games, get ourselves some new ones at this point. This is something that, we keep talking about, and I'm tired of talking. I want to do some walking.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to let you lead the race then.
Man, I will when I get back.
All right.
But,
what else you got in your mind over there, CJ? I know you got some more.
I got a lot, but I don't know how personal Curtis